The Boy with Two Shadows, Margaret Mahy. There was once a little boy who took great care of his shadow. He looked after his buttons and shoes and all the things which belonged to him. But most especially, he took care of his shadow because he knew he had only one. He took so much care of his shadow that a witch noticed this. "I've been watching you," she said. "I like the way you look after your shadow. The thing is, I'm going away on holiday for a few days. I need someone to watch over my shadow while I'm away. But I don't want to give it to just anyone. I want to leave it with you." The boy did not want to argue with a witch. "All right," he said, "but please come back soon." The witch gave him a wicked smile, though she was really trying to be nice. "If you look after my shadow well," she promised, "you can have your very own magic spell." And she fastened her shadow to the boy's shadow. Then she got on her broom and flew away. The boy now had two shadows. One was his own. The other was the fierce, crooked, thorny shadow of the witch. In the next few days, he had nothing but trouble with it. It was the worst behaved shadow in the world. When the little boy went to a shop to buy some apples, the witch's shadow went in and out among the shadows of the fruits. It pulled out the shadows of all the oranges and put them with the shadows of the peaches. The man in the fruit shop said, "We can't have that shadow here. How can I sell oranges that don't have shadows? And who's going to buy peaches which have the shadows of oranges?" "I simply can't let the witch's shadow wander about on its own," thought the boy, and he rushed out of the shop without the apples. At home, all through tea, the witch's shadow stretched itself long and leaped across the walls. "Really," said the little boy's mother, "I can't enjoy my tea with that strange thing dancing on the walls. You'll have to put it away." But the boy knew he must look after the witch's shadow. Soon he learned to keep it from getting into mischief, and at last it could not find anything wicked to do. This made the shadow very angry. One day, it thought of some new and mean tricks. It began to pinch and tease and bite the little boy's own shadow. It pushed it into dusty places and trod on its heels as they hurried down the road. This went on for many days. The boy's shadow could not bear this any longer. One day, when he was on his way home, he saw the witch's shadow nip his own smaller shadow with her long fingernails. The shadow leapt into the air and broke away from the boy's feet. Then it flew down the road like a great black beetle. The boy ran after it, but it was nowhere to be seen. Now the boy had only one shadow again, but it was the wrong shadow. He felt sad and lonely. Many days went by, and then one day the witch came back. "Thank you for looking after my shadow," she said, and took it back. "Now," said the witch very cunningly, "here's a spell for you. It's a pill. If you swallow the pill, you can turn yourself into a camel. Any sort of camel." "What a useless spell," thought the boy, but he did not tell the witch. "Could I have my own shadow back, please?" "Well, my dear," said the witch, "nothing is easy, you know. I said I'd give you a spell, and now you have one. I don't have much time, so goodbye, little boy." Now the boy walked sadly down the street. It was a bright, moonlit night, and everything had its shadow. Only he didn't have one. Then something wonderful happened. As he walked through the gate, something moved, softly and slowly, as if it was ashamed of itself. His own shadow slid out from among the other shadows and moved shyly towards him. It walked along with him, toe to toe, just as it had always done. The boy thought for a moment. He did not have the witch's shadow any more. He had a magic trick that could turn him into any sort of camel he wanted to be. And now he had his own shadow back again. He was so pleased that he did a strange little dance in the moonlight, while toe to toe his shadow danced beside him.